Good evening, everyone. So, sorry about that. It just took me a second to get everything clicked over. So, I see Carrie is here, Sharon is here. Oh, hey, Debbie, good to see you again. Hey, Mama Bear. Oh, uh, I'm glad that you're here. I was surprised, but glad you're ear hustling. And Sharon is joining us, and Airfront Auntie. Yes, you did in fact make it. So, oh, and Quackbuster. That's a good one, Renee. So let's see. How awesome. And of course, we've got our awesome moderator, Attila, here tonight. And Rickwin. And yes, Dyson standing in the back saying hello to everybody. So, so just so you know, don't expect like a great live stream tonight. I don't have any cooking. We went for a bike ride. It is so humid that we actually cut down the distance of our bike ride by half and stopped and had snacks and extra things to drink. And we did get fresh cooked pork rinds from the barbecue truck, and they were amazing. So, but I also ate a super fat nut butter, and what else did I eat? I guess just the pork rinds and the nut butter, but before this morning, before breakfast, I had some cheese, I had 5 slices of bacon, and I had 2 fried eggs, and then I had a couple of I had a half a batch of that protein bun cake recipe. So I don't need a whole lot of food, although I'm snacky right now, but I'm not cooking. Ooh, Sharon you mowed the lawn. Yeah, it's terrible out. I can't believe that you're even, I would be out cold for sure. Let's see. Good evening, Jess, Jason, Keto, and Rickwin, and Hungry Heath. Howdy, howdy. And Gigi's here. Wow, nice to see everyone. Mama Bear Lynette, if you do wind up with a minute, tell us what went wrong with your buns, or what was wrong with the texture or the coloring, and we can troubleshoot it. But if not, like I said, we'll touch base tomorrow, no worries. So, but I have 2 things. I have nerdy coffee, and I am gonna make an iced coffee. I took the beans and I ground them. It's a 3 grind, just like we used to. I've got a divot in the middle, and I got my coffee, my water ready to go. When we're doing an iced coffee like this, it's 100% Colombian. We'll talk a lot about that in a minute. And we're just gonna get it brewing. I've got my divot. I'm gonna pour coffee. We're gonna bloom it. Just get everything good and wet, and let those coffee grounds absorb some of the liquid. And for those of you who don't remember, when we bloom the coffee, it's just like when you bloom gelatin. It allows it to soak up the water, and then it helps it give it a smoother, richer brew. I'll be honest, it actually was cooler today, but the humidity was off the hook. Right now, it's only 82 degrees, but you walk out there and it is brutal. And yep, and I'm using the Chemex tonight. I have my glass of ice. I'm gonna slurp off the water from the melted ice. And I just, I couldn't have a hot cup of coffee right now, no matter how much I wanted it. And let me just tell you, I do want coffee. I also have watermelon element in my glass, all iced down. So, okay, yeah, Mama Bear Lynette, I think when you say you put everything in the mixing bowl, did you add like the whole milk, the whole egg powder and everything right from the beginning? Or did you save that for the second part? Because in the beginning, I only used the egg whites, the salt, the cream of tartar, the nutritional yeast, and the gelatin. And the dried egg white. Oh, the big screen. Oh, hey, Visual Keto, but also good to see you. But what I thought would be good is while we make this iced coffee, okay, and it was 1 3/4 cup of water and 120 grams of egg white powder. If they didn't, and twice you run it and it didn't raise, that's weird. What brand of egg white protein powder do you have? That might be a thing. All right, so anyways, but what I thought is, like, sometimes, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of things, like, for instance, today Sharon was mowing the lawn. Some days we just have errands, and you're on the end of your meal prep of foods, so you don't want to just like wipe it out, or you're just tired. 5 grams of beef gelatin, the nutritional yeast, and the cream tartar. I don't know why it wouldn't rise then. It just stayed liquid. And what did you let it go for, like 10 minutes? Because that's how long mine takes before it whips up. So let's see. Oh, and Air Frying Annie says the temperature says 85, but she hasn't stepped outside today. Yep. All right, I'm ready to add some more water. The coffee has ballooned. And as you recall with the Chemex, well, maybe you don't recall. It's been a while because I've been, you know, I love my V60 so much. So we're going to go ahead and fill this all the way up to the rim, swirling the water. And then we are going to take our spoon, and I lost my, our coffee spoon, and you need to give it just a little bit of agitation. You go 2 to one direction and 2 to the next, and you're not looking to truly mix up all of the grinds, just enough so that the fines roll to the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, so it went 7 minutes and you never saw a change. What brand of the egg white protein powder do you have? I feel like this, it's just weird that it's not rising. Have you mixed the egg white protein powders up before into like meringues or anything? I'm wondering if you should do a smaller quantity and see if there is something about the brand that they are doing. Oh, and I see that Rickwin's also helping to troubleshoot. Shoot us a picture in the Hungry Horde Facebook group of your egg white powder. Maybe that'll help too. So, I've actually never really had it fail. I have had it take like a really long time before. The only time I've ever really had it like collapse is using real egg whites versus the powder. And I find that I always need the powder to bring it up together. So, okay, yeah, and it's the Now brand, which makes me wonder. Oh, XPRS Nutra. I'm not familiar with that brand, so I'm gonna look it up and see if there's some reason that it wouldn't. If you can get the back so we can look at the ingredients. And maybe that'll help too. All right, so one of the things about the Chemex is that it does brew, but as you recall, it has this channel. Well, I keep saying as you recall, as if everybody has gone back and remembers everything I've ever done. But where their pour channel is, sometimes the filter, because it is wet, will suck down in there and then prevent the drawdown, which is the coffee brewing through into the chamber. So I always put something here. You can put a chopstick or whatever. I have a fat chalky straw, and that keeps this channel open so that the paper can't collapse in and prevent it. Oh yeah, and Rickwin is adding here, that's an excellent answer, that some of the egg white powders have carrageenan in them for bodybuilders, and that will not whip up. Yeah, I'm really, because this is a brand that I'm not familiar with, the XPRS Nutra, I'm suspect of them. But we'll take a look. We'll get you going. It's possible that there's just something weird about it. But here we are. Let me pull my straw out of the way. because I put my regular drinking straw, my gold one, right here. Let me just get my, and there we go. Iced coffee. And I'm just pouring it over some extra ice, so it's definitely really nice and cold. And I have extra, I'll probably pour it into a container, and then I'll have an iced coffee for the morning as well. Dun da da! So good. Oh, and Carrie says it's a straw paper instead of a berry. Let's see. All right. Okay, thanks, Mama Bear Lynette. We'll take a look at that, obviously. And Sharon says it does just say egg whites on the label. I have to say it's got to be something weird with those egg whites, but I don't know what it is. So I'll do some research for you. But I would say try using a little less water and see. I would actually just half everything, and I would actually skip all the other ingredients to start with and try just getting egg whites beaten up, follow the instructions to make a meringue if it has it on the can, and see if it will beat up and whip before we worry about making bread, and just test and see if you can get a meringue out of it, because really that's what you're aiming for, is a meringue. You can actually just use the very stiff meringues and then add in the whole egg powder and the grated butter. So I think that's a good one. Oh, and Carrie's saying that we can put the extra coffee to make coffee ice cubes. Yes, that's a great idea. Also, because if you have the coffee ice cubes, then you can blend them up and have like a slushy, which is really nice. So, oh, Carrie found a recipe where they make bread with ground beef. I have seen that, and I am very suspect. I came like this close to seeing if I wanted to test it out, but I just couldn't make myself do it. Oh, and Hungry Heath says he's still learning to use the Chemex to make the Warden's morning coffee. Yeah, if you need more tips, just let me know. So tonight's live stream, I know I usually cook a recipe, and we're probably going to be short because, quite frankly, it is everything to just stand here and not go to bed. But I thought, you know, we all have those moments. So I thought this was a great time to talk about when we can't cook. Some people have disability, or sometimes you just do too much and you run out of time. Sometimes you just don't feel great and cooking seems like the worst thing ever, and you just need something for a quick on the go. But a lot of keto products are, quite frankly, as you know, crap. So I thought, let's get something together here for a quick, easy meal, and that are actually really good stuff. So I have a Mission Meats beef stick. These are an excellent company, and I'll tell you, let's see, they've got beef, water, salt, encapsulated citric acid, cultured celery powder, which is celery powder, sea salt, black pepper, red pepper, garlic powder, coriander, onion powder, and stuffed in a beef collagen casing. That's it. And Hungry He says, don't feel bad, everyone sees him falling asleep every Friday. But you guys still stick it out for several hours. I can't do that. But so, and here's the other thing. We've talked about Mission Meats before. Mission Meats is an awesome company as well. In addition to having high quality products, they are a really excellent company. They source all of their meats sustainably. They actually send people out to help in countries and regions where they need extra helping hands and volunteers to help with their regions. They volunteer for disaster services. They're really out there, and that's why they call themselves Mission Meats. I don't want it to be confused with like religious missions, because it's not like that. They're not going and spreading scriptures or anything like that. They're putting hands on and doing work. Really giving back to communities. So it's like one of those, it's like all those things that I really like all in one. Great foods and delicious. and good people. Good people is like super important to me. I'll put up with an awful lot of not great things for good people. So, let's see. Ooh, Carrie says he could have a Rubio slushy. That sounds really good and very refreshing. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll keep helping you, Lynette. 100%. We'll take a look at it. Then let's see. And Rickwin says he thinks he would call that beef bread meatloaf. There are things that they do with that, the way they grind it up and then they cook it though, that it, I believe that the Keto twins, if you watch their YouTube, they've made that bread out of meat, but I don't remember if it was beef. It might have been chicken or turkey. And as I recall, they said it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like their favorite. But I think when you have a lot of restrictions and allergies and stuff, things that maybe are not perfection are often quite good. And Renee says she always keeps stuff like frozen shrimp and sausages that she can heat and eat quick with some eggs added, and boom. I'm just saying that not everybody always has the spoons for eggs. So I was looking for a quick and easy on the go. If I wanted to, I could actually have shoved this in my pocket. So, and because it is high quality, good fat ratio, it has 1 carb, and that's because it has all of the spices in it. The other thing that I have is one of my favorites. This is Bunker Hill cheese. These are crunchy cheese crisps. And it does mention on the package that they've been in business since 1935. Now, Bunker Hill Cheese currently manufactures their cheese snacks here in Ohio. So you know how I love my local people. So let me just throw these out. That's more than enough. I don't need that much today. But they're actually super cool. Their family is from Switzerland, and they were cheese makers back in Switzerland. They're the real deal. And I will also tell you that the ingredients here for these, it's pasteurized milk, salt, microbial coagulant, cheese cultures, pure green jalapeno pepper powder. That is it. So, you know, we get a lot of snacks where they've added a lot of things to them, ingredients that are just absolutely crazy and have no business being in these. So they don't use anything, you know, questionable. So I'm really a big fan. Also, really nice people. They were at Keto Palooza last year. I hope they're coming again this year. I would love to see them again. The owner, the current owner's name is Scott. He is one of the family members, and he's great to talk to. Pull him if you catch him off the side and get him talking. He's a lot of fun. Let's see. So, and of course, you know I love my jalapeno flavor. Let me bring this up to the camera so you can see. They're like cheese wisps, but bigger, and I think crunchier and tastier. This is one of the smaller ones, so you could see, you know, they're fairly, so you can see they're very nice and spicy, crunchy. They have a bunch of flavors too. They have a ranch, they have a buffalo. I mean, I think there's like 10 or so flavors. So I think that they are worth every penny. Let's see, they are, by the way, a serving is 7 crisps. Calories are 180 for 7 crisps, 1 carb per serving, which is, and then 10 grams of protein. So a really good fat and protein ratio as well. Really tasty. Nice, nice, nice. So, and Carrie says he found the Bunker Hill website. Yeah, they're really good. Like I said, I can't say enough nice things. So these are 2 things. And can I just tell you, I think in the Keto Crate or the Keto Box, we've had Mission Meat Sticks like once. And I don't understand because we get a lot of meat sticks and most of them are not that great. So I just actually order them because I do find them to be a spectacular quality and taste. So that's gonna be my meal this evening to kind of round out and because I'm a little bit, but I definitely don't want like cooked food. Like just the idea of cooked food versus a nice light snack like this just turns my stomach. It also might be a need for salt. Despite the fact that this will be my third round of Element today, I also had a Zip Fizz. I've had 2 Ultimas, but it was so humid. Everybody was like dripping sweat. And we were not like speeding along. We were going slow. We were slow rolling. And I'm just saying. Mm. Oh, Carrie says he finally found out how to get his new oven to become a dehydrator. That's super cool. Oh, and Renee's asking if I ever order more from Prasix, that she loves their meat sticks. You know what? Those were tasty meat sticks too. But I haven't ordered because they just, they're really good if you are in a place that sells them local. But when things got hard for shipping, the shipping became quite high. So I haven't ordered more of them. I'm not against it or anything, just a free shipping versus very high shipping. And I am in love with Mission Meats. Oh, and Carrie says the website for Bunker Hill, when you go there, it shows them making cheese. Yeah. So their family has literally been making cheese forever. I don't, not really forever, but like I said, it says on the package 1935. Mm. Mm. So after I had some rest and cooled down a little bit, it kind of whets my appetite a little bit, and it's like that. I don't know. I call it the refeed stage. I just feel like I want to be like eating everything, but I know that's not really a thing. But yeah, so yeah, Renee says she'll have to check out Mission Meats too. By the way, something bit me right on the top of my hand. It's so annoying. Despite the fact that people say that keto will make bugs not like you, the bugs still love me. They think I am the greatest. Oh, Mama Bear, no nurses tonight. What a bummer. But, you know, go ahead and enjoy that time with your son though. It's, you know, we do what we need to do, and family first. And they even have cheese fudge at Bunker Hill. Yeah, I don't know about cheese fudge though. Let's see. And Sharon says she likes Bunker Hill over Wisp. Better flavor and texture. I agree, 1,000%. So let's see. So anyways, let's talk about this coffee. This is Shadowman Spirit of the Loa coffee by Geek Grind Coffee Company. Geek Grind are a super cool coffee company, and I can't believe we haven't talked about them before. I adore every one of their coffees that I have tried. But I was actually at a game store. We were playtesting a Cyberpunk Red game that we're going to run at OhioCon. No spoilers for you guys. But, and they had it, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had any Geek Grind in a while. So I picked up a couple bags, and I wanted to share it with you. For this Shadowman coffee, they actually partnered with the comic company Valiant. So it has the little Valiant logo on there in case you like comics. If you do like comics and you haven't read the Shadowman comics, they are a horror comic, but it is really great. There's also a Shadowman video game. So let's see. Oh, Carrie says, Geek Grind, that must be a computer geek making coffee since the programmers use Java. Oh, that's a bad one, Carrie. I love it. So, let's see. Anyway, so the nice thing too is that they partner with a lot of gaming companies, And so they always tell you about the game on the back of the package. And here, Spirit of Loa, they also tell you about the coffee. It's whole bean coffee, 12 ounce, and so it is a 100% single source micro lot Colombian coffee. All of their coffees are. They actually partner with and have owners of some coffee farms in Colombia. They are all woman-owned small farms. It's single source, hand-picked, hand-processed coffee. So really, it's a big deal. So here they tell you though about Shadow Man. They mention Jack Boniface, who is the hero in the comic, the good guy. You know, no, he's the good guy. He does some pretty terrible things, but for good. So I mean, it's a horror comic. You know, things are gonna go sideways. So and Jack Boniface is the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man is a person that goes through in their family lineage and history that has a voodoo spirit that keeps them that gives them their powers, and they use those powers to protect the streets, yada yada yada. See, you're getting your it's real close to Gen Con, guys, so the nerd factor is going up. I will mention that Jack Boniface is in New Orleans, so I think that's a fun part about it. Let's see what they say here. It says Jack Boniface is the Shadow Man. How am I doing so far? That was correct. Inheritor of the power of the Shadow Loa. Ha! Another fact correct. A voodoo spirit that grants him superhuman powers. Shadow Man uses those powers to protect the nighttime streets and back alleys of his New Orleans home from the creatures of the afterlife world known as Deadside. There you go. Hey, my memory was good on that. But there's also a lot of variants too, where they talk about Jack the Ripper going back in time, and that's not canon, but this is. So I just think the thing about all of that really cool. The single source, 100% Colombian, and the small batch roasting makes for a damn good cup of coffee. So that's their call to fame. Their coffees are delicious. Let's see. Oh, and Carrie says he was looking at Mission Meats, and they asked him if he wanted to pay just pay shipping, or if you buy $60 worth of product, it's free shipping. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I get like coupon codes and stuff. So, yep. Oh, and you can currently get free jerky. Nice. I might have to think about that. So anyways, I am burning up, you guys. All of that heat from today is still just like eking off of me. So I just was thinking about that too, because I was looking at the Gen Con forum, and one of them was like, hey, by the way, if you go see the D&D movie, just so you know, last year when we were in the theater, it was absolutely frigid, so make sure you take like a coat. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I want to be in that theater right now. But so that's also on my agenda, you guys. I am not ready for Gen Con. Oh my goodness. I have a pile of well, it's not even cosplay. It's just dress up. Corsets and Renaissance dresses or fairy outfits, and a tiara or two just thrown in the living room. It's not even into a suitcase yet. And we have to get all of the laundry done, because like I haven't done laundry, so all my clothes that I need are dirty. I can't decide which bike to take. There's a part of me that wants to take my Damane because it can have the bag on the back. So on Friday, I'm going to an event that's not Gen Con, but it's about 4 miles from Gen Con. It's called the Indie Gay Mart, and what it is an art market with all LGBTQ artists. And a couple of my friends actually have a booth there. So I'm excited. I think that's going to be amazing. And I thought, if I want to buy something, I need to be able to transport it. But A, it's hot. B, I'm already going to have 2 full-size suitcases plus a cooler. The bike that takes the rack is quite big to fit into the vehicle, and my nice little Speedy Amanda is much smaller because it doesn't have a rack or any extra accoutrements to it, so it can slide right in, and then I'll have a bit more space in the vehicle. But that also means that I need to take clothes for riding my bike, because in addition to going to the Indie Game Mart, right nearby Gen Con is the canal, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I love riding my bike by the waterways, especially in places where there are awesome bike paths. And the canal downtown Indy has a lovely bike path. Look how you guys got so quiet. Let's see. Oh, Renee's thanking Sana for the movie suggestion. She watched Clock, and afterwards they suggest movies you might like. Gone in the Night with Winona Ryder, and that was super good. Duly noted. I'm gonna keep track of that. So, and Sana's saying hello to people. Carrie says he's hiding inside from the heat in Texas. They'll have Monday and Tuesday at 100 degrees without the heat index. Oh, it sounds awful. So let's see. Oh, Wisconsin's at 78 degrees, but it was supposed to be in the 80s all week. Hopefully, though, like in Wisconsin, you guys get a lot of humidity, because here the temperature is not the problem. It's how humid it is. It makes it hard to breathe. Also, we have air quality issues. We're still getting soot in the air, as well as high allergens. So those are just a couple factors there, like leaning into everything. It's just not a real happy time outside. We've reached the Satan's front porch section of summer. So I love summer. I don't like when it's humid. I grew up in the rural Southwest where the heat was really dry, and we knew when it got to be 100 that you just stayed inside. I don't know what happened, by the way, that people forgot that lesson, that you stay inside when it's over 100 degrees. I keep reading about people in Arizona and also in Death Valley dying because they're going hiking while it's 114 degrees. Friends, if you are in Arizona or any of the places where it is over 100 degrees, don't go hiking. That's my professional opinion, such as it is. Don't go hiking in over 100 degrees. It's a bad idea. There's no toughness to doing it. There's no special accomplishment for doing something dumb. Don't do it. Stay inside. Walk on a treadmill. Ride your bike on a trainer. Do some workouts from YouTube. Don't go hiking outside in the 114 degrees in the desert. That is insane. Hey Dennis, nice to see you back. So, all right. So what other questions do you have? What other things do people do when you have like days like this where you come home and you just done, D-O-N-E, done? Oh, and Purple Levanona says 55% humidity today, and air quality is the good right now, but we've had issues with the Canadian fires too. Yep, that's rough stuff there. And Renee says she hates hearing about folks losing pets in the heat. Yeah, I feel bad for Dyson. He's all fur, but you know, he's not going out and hanging out. He's going out there. He is doing his business, and he is right back in. And Attila says the rule is a wet bulb temperature of over 95 degrees is lethal. Yeah, I just think that it's insane. I'm like, why are people out there? It's crazy. I mean, I know you've got to be out there sometimes and do your tasks, but if you go out there voluntarily to go hiking and stuff because it's some kind of competitive thing in you, that's a crazy. Find something else more competitive. Let's see. Hey, Mike, nice to see you. I'm gonna eat these crunchy cheese crunchies. I think Dyson heard me because now he's coming over from the hallway. It's like, I hear you have food. But he can't have none because it's mine. And he heard me say that and he turned and walked away again. Huh. So. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry folks that I'm not cooking, but I really just cannot. I do have a log of ground beef that I pulled out of the freezer today. And so that can thaw. And I also took out a package of bacon to thaw. So tomorrow I'm gonna wrap that bacon around it and throw it in the smoker for one of my meatloafs. So that should be nice. And Carrie says he understands that I'm not cooking. Thank you. It is a chatterbox today, so that's all right. Not every week. Now, you guys, I am gonna be at Gen Con Saturday. I'm still in the hotel. I will have to load out on Sunday night and get on the road to come home on Monday. But I promise to let you know if there is anything that prevents the live stream. But as far as I can see, I don't see any reason to not have one. I might be cutting it kind of tight, but I'm in a hotel room with a kitchen. I don't know what we're gonna make. I don't have ingredients, but we'll figure something out, right? I see no reason not to. So, but throw me some ideas. Maybe I'll just pick up some groceries on the way back on Sunday, and because where I'm getting all this magic time, I don't know. Yeah, and Mike says he's not baking there. Yeah, I bet. I definitely don't want to turn on the oven. Let's see. Yeah, and Air Fryer 90 says it's not worth cooking. Not even as hot. It's not even that hot there, and she's not cooking until early morning. Yep. And oh, Mike says the Kroger has boneless, skinless chicken breast for $1.47 currently. Oh, that's a good price for that. I feel like I would go pick some up, except for I just did like a whole round of chicken breast, and quite frankly, I don't want more for a while. Chicken breast is like my least favorite. If the chicken thighs were on sale, I'd actually make the effort to go get some, but I don't think they are, so I'm kind of not. Nah. I wish the steaks would go on sale for $1.47 a pound. That I would buy. Let's see. So, anyways, I lost my train of thought. Somebody give me something to talk about because I completely forgot. Everything just went whew, because I'm sweltery. So I don't know. It was a great ride though. That's what I'm going to tell you about. So we started off at a local shopping area that has this gorgeous canopy. I'm looking forward to it. They're going to open like a bougie grocery store up there, and I am just waiting for it. I saw that they're like hiring people and hiring an executive chef and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be very fancy pants. And I love fancy pants grocery stores, so. But we start there, and then we ride through on city streets. Today was not an introductory ride, but I will tell you, I ride with this group on Wednesdays. We call ourselves Slow Rollers, and it's geared towards riding slower and learning how to ride in the streets with traffic and being as safe as possible. So I enjoy it, and the people are just fantastic. I've made some really good friends there. When I first started riding my bicycle, before I was crazy and way into it, they were a big part of getting my confidence and teaching me how to ride in the road. And so the fact that I've stuck around it's great. Today was a bit more advanced because it was longer and hotter and things like that. So we did have one person who didn't read that in the instructions, and they did have to drop out, which of course then we were all like, but we're a no drop ride. And she just absolutely was like, no, I'm not doing it. Go. So we sent someone with her on a separate way to get her back, and eventually she insisted on staying at a sandwich stop and calling for someone to come get her. So, but you know, these things happen. I can't say that there haven't been a time or two when I've gone on a ride and I was just like, nope, it ain't today. I'm sorry, and peeled off. But that's fine. Oh yeah, Hungry Heath, 2 more days for your BBB reintroduction. All right, and it's gonna be goat cheese. I didn't remember. I thought you said so on Friday that you were going for goat cheese first, but I couldn't remember 100%. So I think goat cheese is a great first food for reintroduction. Uh, it's very low in lactose. It's really good for your gut. It's got a lot of really positive things, and it's a very low allergen food. Um, Even people who can't normally eat cheese can mostly eat goat cheese. So I think that is going to be a really good choice. Uh, and plus, goat cheese goes great with beef. It goes great in omelets, and it's great stuffed into a smoked meatball. So you have a lot of options there with that reintroduction. So there you go. I just gave you some ideas for your reintroduction for a few days. Oh, Carrie says he found a ride that he was ever in Florida. The ride is called a slingshot. They put 2 riders into an open canopy and you fly like you're being on a slingshot. He saw it on a TV show last night. I don't know if I would be ready for that. I do like a lot of crazy stuff. Ooh, that sounds risky. Oh, and he says he already got the goat feta from Dapper Goat Farms. Now, just so you know, goat feta is not the same as just regular goat cheese. It's feta cheese. So, and it's feta cheese made from goat milk. So, it's not the same as just regular goat cheese. Just have that awareness. Feta is another good one though. And it does all the same things that the goat cheese. It's got good positive things for your gut health, very mild, really low in lactose. So, it should be pretty good. Hungry He says he's planning to do moink balls on the Friday night feast, but still undecided on adding cheese. So, actually, let's see. So when is your reintroduction? Monday, Tuesday? Honestly, you probably should have the cheese because that'll be is your first day Tuesday or Wednesday? Because remember, with reintroduction, you actually have to eat larger quantities of it because the first couple meals where you introduce something, you might not feel your greatest because it's a new food that your system's not used to again. So you have to eat a larger quantity of it in order to ensure you don't have a reaction. That larger quantity for a sustained period is what's going to induce reaction if you will have one. Don't eat so much that it hurts your tummy because you eat too much, but you know what I'm saying. Let's see. Oh, Air Fried Annie says she found an unopened goat cheese that got lost in her cheese drawer. Any idea how long it stays good if open? She hasn't looked at the date. Oh, and it's covered in herbs. Hard to say. It varies a lot. Is it vacuum sealed? Honestly, if you don't know how long it's, I hate to tell you this, but you'll have to open it and smell it. But if it's more than a couple weeks past the date, throw it. Do not risk it. Nothing is worse than bad dairy. Nothing. Even eating bad meat is not as bad as having bad dairy. Bad dairy is the death. Bad. Absolutely. You can survive eating bad meat. Bad dairy, 50-50. Like, you don't want to go there. And again, that goes back to that old saying, when in doubt, throw it out. So there is that. Anyways. Sorry, I have to chew. I took too big of a bite. So yeah, ranting about making poor decisions and hiking in the desert was probably my big epiphany tonight. I guess that was bothering me and I didn't even know it. So, oh, and if you are nerdy and you like nerdy TV shows, um, Star Trek has had a couple new shows, well, new season shows drop, and they are very good. Yes, you have to order Mission Meats online. Discount codes, I would have to look some up. I've signed up for some of their codes. I don't have one of my own. I never even asked. But they often actually, sometimes there are discount codes, but often they have big sales. Or they offer incentives like free jerkies or free meat sticks, etc. No, Hungry Heath, I love hiking. Actually, there are a lot of places here where you can do like slow, gentle hikes. One that we like to go out to is called local here is Deer Haven Park, and it's not a hard walk. It's very even pathways, but like when you get there, they have birds that they rehab from injury. And so you can check out the birds, get some education on that, and then you can walk through. They've got some different environments. They've got a marshy bog, so you can listen and sometimes see frogs. And lots of different flowers. That's where I saw a teeny tiny little snake noodle. He was adorable, but it looked like a stick, and I was just glad I didn't step on him. Sometimes we see a lot of chipmunks or squirrels, a couple raccoons here and there. It's really nice, and a lot of it through the forest. They've also got like a big wooden teepee for events, all kinds of cool stuff. And the other thing that they have at the park is not part of the hiking part. You can go inside, and they've got like I don't know if museum is the right word, but a lot of displays. So they've got some animals in display, lizards and fish and fun stuff there local to the region. And then they also have like some meeting rooms and events that they have there. So Hunter, he says he hikes to school every day, so he's done, which is fair. That's fine. So Sharon says she grabbed some of the Costco goat cheese this weekend. Very mild. Yeah, it is. That's a good one for like stuffing jalapenos and stuff too. All right, guys, I'm going to tap out. I am done. I just want to go sit down, drink my iced coffee, and I'm going to play a little bit of Legend of Zelda before I take my magnesium and conk out. In fact, I might even put these cheese crisps back. They're delicious, but I'm not sure I need them. Really, I'm salivating for my element. So I might just still be very thirsty. All right. Hey, good night, Carrie. Yeah, you have a great and cheesy evening yourself. So, all right. Good night, everyone. You have a good evening. Bye-bye.